Welcome to U of A Votes 2011.
As Students' Union elections approach, the Gateway is here to help you cast an informed vote. So my name is Alex Eldridge.
And I'm Simon Yaklik, and we'll be your moderators for the following discussion.
Here with us is candidate for Vice President Academic, Emerson Chorba.
So to get into my first point about undergraduate research, my goal is in fall of 2011 to create an undergraduate research symposium, which would be the first of its kind for the SU. And this would have two goals. The first would be to celebrate the outstanding researchers, the outstanding student researchers that we have on campus. And the second would be to increase the visibility of undergraduate research on campus, because I believe that this is a problem that the SU can really work at. The second goal that I have is graduate attributes. So in case you guys are wondering about what graduate attributes are, they are qualities or values that distinguish or characterize University of Alberta students that are close to graduating. So some examples might be ethical behavior, honesty, integrity, or cultural awareness. And this is a huge discussion on campus, and I believe that the SU and that students have to lead this discussion. So what I plan on doing is coming to all students on campus from all different faculties and working with faculty associations so that we get the views of all students and can determine what qualities distinguish University of Alberta students, and then take a graduate attributes plan to the university. And the final point that I have is the creation of a student peer mentorship program. I believe that mentorship is important, or that mentorship is important on campus, and that mentors should be paired with first-year incoming mentees so that they can transition first years through the academic part of student life. I believe that mental health is something that is important for the SU, that we've been working on it and have done a good job, but that the VPA portfolio has to work more on this. So again, my 3 points are undergraduate research, the second is graduate attributes, and the third is the creation of a student peer mentorship program.
So, as you mentioned, James has been talking about undergraduate research. So the current VP academic also talked about an undergraduate research symposium, but it never took place. So how will you ensure that it actually does happen?
Okay. Well, one thing that I did when I went down to Calgary is I created a checklist of all the different things that we need to do in order to ensure that a research symposium does happen. So I think that this year was really the planning stages, and next year is putting this into reality. We'll sit down with the SU and create a plan for the symposium, and then go to the different stakeholders on campus and start getting this going.
Emerson, what is your stance on access copyright and their regulation of academic materials?
Well, I think that the University of Alberta did a good job by not coming to agreement with the proposal that was provided by Access Copyright. I think that it's important that students have access to as many textbooks and to as many reserved copies as possible, and that we have to continue to work with the University of Alberta and ensure that they take a position that is good for students.
What's your view on the current academic plan?
I'm actually pretty happy with it, because I think that they did a good job with consultation with the SU, and that we got a lot of points in there that we were looking for. Some examples might be they're under the learning, discovery, and citizenship portion of the academic plan, which is one of the 4 cornerstones. And they focused on undergraduate research, they focused on student mentorship, and also they did a decent job with graduate attributes. So I think that throughout the entire year, we made a lot of progress with the academic plan. One thing that could be better is having clearer, more specific benchmarks, and the points that the university uses to gauge their success are quite vague. Saying, for example, that we want to enhance or maintain teaching on campus. And that, to me, is something that is pretty general, and it's difficult to tell whether we will really achieve the goals that are set out in the plan.
What is your stance on textbook prices and some of the initiatives that are being talked about to reduce textbook prices, such as rentals and things like that? And how do you intend to make academic materials affordable?
That's a really good question. As far as textbook prices go, we have to continue to work with bookstores and publishers to ensure that the costs are reduced. And something else that's happening is bundling, and this is something that we have to work against, because I think that a lot of the bundling is unnecessary. Something that is part of this discussion is digital textbooks, and I think right now that the costs are too high, and right now it's not an affordable alternative, but we have to continue to look into that option and keep an eye on it, because this is something that could be propitious for students in the future.